Hello gentle people, welcome back to the channel. Jeff here. I'm in the wood, finally. Like how I started my channel 1 year ago. I wanted to carve today, again, obviously. But the weather is way too great to be inside, so I was like, let's walk, let's go to the wood, let's carve some stuff, all together. So, yeah, I carved a little thing yesterday. There's this user named Andrew Terrence who wrote on one of my videos 2 weeks ago about carving little Norse god and everything. That's a thing that I wanted to do for a long time. I just felt that my talent was not good enough. But yesterday I decided to up my carving a notch, and there's this really amazing Russian carver that I follow on Instagram named František Bagušević. I probably absolutely destroyed their name. Yeah, they make amazing carving, and they carve a lot of Vikings and Norse god and goddess and everything. So yeah, I was like, I think I'm ready. I will try to a new thing. And yeah, I carved this little guy. I've carved Tyr, or however you pronounce this name, the Norse god who lost his hand against Fenrir, the god wolf. So that's what we will carve today in the wood. We'll try. I don't know if it will be a full tutorial or everything, but I will try my best. So yeah, let's get cracking. First thing first, I have a block of around 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch by 3.5 inch, I think, or 1.25 by 1.25 and 3.25. I don't have a ruler with me, but the important thing for this type of carving is that we have a square block, because we will carve from the corner. It's way easier, I can tell you that, at least in my own honest opinion. So as usual, first thing first, I will draw a couple of lines. I just basically put some lines for beard and face, like this. Nice. Now there's mosquitoes, sorry about that. The joy of being outside. And then one thing that is important is the arm. So I will draw a line on this side, line on this side, for the armpit. And then following pretty much the same line here, I will draw the hand here, the arm. Thing is, since we're making Tyr, the god who lost one of his arm, we will cut it short. And then with this one, my right arm is a bit too long. I think it looks a bit weird. So I think this time I will readjust. Probably put the arm like that here, and then the sword will be around there, the pommel here, and then the blade going down, something like this. I think that'll be good to go. Shit, sorry guys. I'm trying to adjust to it's not my usual angle, so something along those lines. And that's it. No more line needed. Oh well, yeah, we could do the same in the back, probably. Give the little. Once again, it's always better to make it bigger than probably what you want in the end, because yeah, as I really repeat myself, sounding like a broken record, we can't add wood. Okay, so take your knife that is stropped pretty well, and let's get rocking. It's really important when you carve like this, like I am right now, be aware of your leg. If you cut your leg, you could bleed out, something like this. it's kind of harsh. So yeah, just make sure that it doesn't happen, basically. So we will start with the head. round the whole thing to create an egg shape or something like this. So yeah, I start on the side. So it should give you a shape like this. Then we'll carve the front and the back. Start from where the bottom of the beard, I would say, is, and remove all the wood. Something like that. Same thing in the back. I don't have a line, but you can eyeball that thing. Okay. So that will give you maybe a square or a round shape or anything. So we will round the whole thing. Once again, carve from the corners. Like I said in my last video, if you watched it, when you cut from a corner, cutting a corner will create 2 more corners, and then you basically carve from there. It's way easier. Doing this carving yesterday took me maybe an hour and 45 minutes or something like this. So we'll see today how much time it takes and how I am supposed to record the whole thing, because that could be a long video. Okay, so we have more of a round shape, and then we will really round the whole thing. Alright, so you should have a round shape like this at the top. So that's basically the top of the head. Then one thing I would do straight away is the arm, removing all the useless wood on both sides here. So like the other things that I usually do, you start with a V-cut, following the line that you have, and then you remove. Sorry, I said V-cut, stop cut, following the line here. See here, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Just realized I was not really following the line. Okay, it's not too big of a deal. So you see it creates these little shape. So all that wood here will need to be removed at some point. It's just to give you the line here. You can go to the back, do the same thing, all the way to the little spot that you've done before. I've done that on this side. So that's the back, that's the front. Now we will attack the armpits. So one stop cut following the arm. Sorry about that. It's kind of hard to look at the camera at the same time. One step cut here. One step cut following the line. I have to say it's also easier when you can push against a table. And then one here. On this side it's important to remember that there's the blade. So I think I will do a stop cut at the top here, just to remember that the blade is here, and then something bold on the side You see, I don't know if you see the line, but the pommel is here, and then the handle is here, and then the guard is there. But we'll go around and remove the wood after. So let's dig in, and then I will do the same thing around probably there on this side. Make it kind of thick because obviously the smaller it is, the easier it will be to break it. And then yeah, you can glue it back. I've done it multiple times, but you know, it's not that fun. So we'll dig through the armpit here. And we'll do that on each side. Don't be scared of going deep. The deeper you go, the more shadow you will have, and then the better it will look. Creating the general shape is not the hardest part. It's just all the detail that the carving has that takes the vast majority of the time. So that's why I'm wondering how the video will turn out, but we will see. Okay, so you see the depth on each side. Then we can make a stop cut here and the back, same thing on the other side. It's just for now, removing a little bit of wood, create the shape of the arm. So I've done a stop cut, then I will go in an angle and go around it, just removing that wood. And if it goes too far or split or anything, that is okay, because all that wood will go away later. Same thing on this side. There we go. Just so you don't lose the line, basically. Sorry, let me see. Okay, wood here. All right, we got the arm. We got the general shape of the head. So I will carve. I don't know if you see the line, but the hand is going all the way here, and then the sword is there. So we'll continue the stop cut from here, then we'll create another one following the shape of the blade here. I might be out of the camera, I just want to make sure that I'm not above my leg while doing this cut. Okay, so you see the line here. So all this wood will be removed. The sun is on me right now, and I'm really warm. I will not complain though. You see here, removing the wood. I'll just pop the side here. I don't know if I will see some horses passing by. There's a lot of horse trail where I'm at right now. Okay, so you see the general shape here. So this block of wood, I will chop it off probably fast forward in the video later. So we could, trying to see my line again, so the hand is right here, sort of. I'll probably draw it again. Okay. The guard and the pommel here. Whittling. So I think I will make a stop cut here and then remove the wood. Once again, make it bigger than you might want. We'll remove the wood after. Okay, so we see the sword being held by the hand. Once again, all that wood will be removed. So now let's make a stop cut where the cut hand would be. And then something along here. So all that wood, we can remove it right now. Okay, so we're joining the cut here and all the bottom. Take your time, go little by little. Obviously, compared to the carving I usually do, there's way, like I said earlier, there's way more detail in that one, so no rush. Might take longer than usual. If your cuts look as bad as mine right now, it's just a rough out. There's no problem with that, we will fix everything later. Okay, let's remove a lot of wood now. Okay, with the wood removed, you should see that it's going inner here, inwards. So let's attack the back, because you can see that it's kind of horrible. So we will kind of curve it in from there, flatten it up. Alright, so we have the back, the arms, it's starting to take shape. What I would love to do here, I think, is go for the head straight away. at least the general shape of the head. So as I've done with my old ones, we will just make a little step cut here on the side for the shoulders, so we don't lose that line here. And same thing on the other side. Okay. Then we'll go around and make the beard. Woodpecker. Okay, so you have the general shape of the beard now. Let's flatten that part here. Okay, so where do we want the nose? In the middle. Something like that. Always start with the nose. That's the biggest part of the face. So step cut at the nose, and then we remove the wood from below. Okay, so we have a nose. So then from the nose we'll flatten that part here, where the mouth will be later. Okay. Like this. So then on the side, as thick as you want to be, we'll draw a couple of lines. Make the shape of the nose, and then we will create flat line at the top here. That will be the eyebrows. Like this. So step cut the eyebrows. The eyebrows, wow, sorry, my English. The eyebrows. Okay. And then cut on both sides of the nose. Stop cut again. Sorry, I'm absolutely out of the focus. Alright. So we'll pop the wood on both sides here. Okay, so you see the wood is removed on both sides now. So we will remove the corners of the nose to make it pop a little bit, so just a little cut on both sides. Remove the corners, like this. Then we will do a little sweep cut here, and then same thing on this side. Okay. Makes the nose more like a nose, I would say. Okay. What we could do now is just create the eyebrow. So, you know, from around, maybe just around here, like this line here. If you see, we'll just remove a little bit of wood. a sweep cut. Okay. So we have the eyebrows now. Let's create the, well, mosquitoes. Let's create the cheek now. A couple of lines. So starting from the little corner of the nose that we have, we'll go a little bit diagonal like this on both sides. And we'll go all the way to there in the middle, kinda. Same thing on this side. Okay. And then the beard will go in front of the ear, because we're doing ears this time. We'll just draw a square, sort of in the middle on both sides. Like this. Don't lose the beard line. Okay. So for that, it's a little, just a couple of V cuts. Here. Little one there. This guy is bald, so no helmet, no anything, just beard and a lot of head. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Cut in an angle. Cut in an angle, move. Following the pencil line that you have. Okay. So we have the cheeks. So these little corners that we have left from before, you can remove those. We don't need them anymore. Right, the other side. Okay. So let's do the ears now. It's fairly simple. You have the little square that you have, so just make little stub cuts around the square. Then you will remove the wood all around it, so then the ear will pop out. Here. That's okay. So if you can see the square. Obviously ears are not squared, so we will remove the corners. like that. And just make sure you have a little stop cut to separate the beard and the ear. Oops, sorry, I was out of camera. And we'll just make a little triangle cut in the middle. Like this. If you see. Maybe. Let's hope. So now you have an ear. Just around the corners. Alright, let's do the same thing on the other side. Stop cut. Stop cut. Stop cut. Remove the wood. So obviously I'm not showing that on camera, but don't hesitate to strop while you're carving. I've done it once already, to make sure that your knife is sharp. Alright, I kind of remove a bit too much wood here. Kind of lost the beard a bit. Maybe I can bring it back. So stop cut to not lose it, and then a little triangle cut. There we go. Got the corners. And we have another ear for this little guy. And just try to bring back the beard together. Okay. So that's where we're at now. Face is starting to take shape. I hope the lighting is not too bad. Thing with the sun is that it's moving, right? So we will flatten the side. Make it go inwards. Flatten that a bit. Front. He has a bigger beard on one side, interestingly enough. Okay, looks a bit better. Do him out, that will be simple enough. As I always do, I make a cut in an angle, then another cut, and an angle like this. Alright, doesn't have to be equal or whatever, that will just change how it looks. And then I just carve in. There we go. We got a little mouth. So then the head and the back. He will have a little ponytail at the end. Oh, I'm out of camera. He will have a ponytail in the end, but we need to bring the head back in. So around there, I would say. Just make a V-cut. Alright. Link the side and the back on both sides. And flatten it up a little bit. Okay, not bad. So that's what we have now. So the head shape is pretty much okay now. We'll go to make other things. We'll come back later for the rest. As usual, I don't carve eyes. First, because I hate it. Secondly, because I prefer to paint them. So now let's attack the upper side of the body. So on one side he has some sort of like a shoulder plate, and then there's some sort of fabric going all the way around in the back and coming up. So for the shoulder plate, we'll make a little thing at an angle here. On the back. I'll come back up. Something like this. And then we will have a straight cut here for the fabric going all the way around. Then above this shoulder. And then all the way back in some sort of a circular shape. All the way to the shoulder plate again. I hope you don't mind the camera changing angle. My legs are getting sore. So we'll start with a stop cut around here. Okay. And we'll carve through it. Just to create the effect of the fabric being a little bit above everything else. Let's flatten that part, it's way too big. Can create another stop cut after. Let's do that again. What I was saying earlier about making the arms bigger and wider than what you wanted is that now, since we're going to detail, we will carve more and more and more to make all the shape pops out. And obviously we need quite a lot of wood for that. If not, your arms will be super tiny and skinny and things, which is not exactly what we want. So you see here, it's popping out a little bit. Now let's do the shoulder plate. Stop cut, going around. And then here. And then another cut going kind of there. And then here. There we go, so we have everything around. So we will just remove all the wood below it and around it. Okay, so you can probably see the shoulder plate going up. I kind of like the, for once, it's really rare, but I like the the sharp corner here. What I do though is just a little V-cut in the middle. Makes the plate more angular. Okay. Now everything done. Let's clean that a little bit. Okay. We create the stub cut here between the plate and the fabric. Okay, let's go on the other side. So stub cut that will go all the way around above the arm, then loosely around the back, all the way to the plate. And once again, we will just remove the wood from below. Don't hesitate to carve deeper if you can, if you have enough wood on the side and on the arm. The deeper you go, the more shadow it will create and the better it will look. Okay, let's round everything up. I will also again try to remove that ugly wood that I have on this side. Might lose a lot, so I will recreate the stub cut and the depth. All this wood again will also be removed to push everything in. So here, since it's not a shoulder plate, I will just round that up a little bit. I think the thicker it is, the kind of cooler it look. I don't know what type of fabric that is. I don't know if it's like a skin of an animal or whatever. So once again, it's a little detail, but I kind of like making these V-cut that creates texture to the fabric. Okay, so that's where we're at now, starting from the head, going all the way to the feet. Cute little birds. Okay, going down. With this guy, I also have these little thing on the side, which could be like, I don't know, metal elbow protector or something. So just a little line in the middle. It has to be thinner in the elbow pit and then bigger on the side. So same thing here. And it is just I'll do that there also, and the back, don't forget the back. So it's just a couple of V-cuts, just to make them pop from the arm. There we go. Under here might be a little bit trickier to remove because you're sort of against the grain. Since it's below, it's really up to you if you You want to spend that time or not? Okay, same thing on the other side. Just a little one, I don't really mind. Okay. So now you can see that the arms are kind of square and funky. The thing is that the fabric, the elbow protector and the shoulder plate needs to be out. So we will carve the arm back in. Same thing on this side. Okay, the arms are now back in. There we go. Let's keep on working on the arm and then we'll make the blade. So we will make little step cuts for the handle now. Take it slow, because if you go too quick, too far, you'll break everything, and obviously you don't want that. The important thing here, even if it doesn't look perfect, is to make sure that the blade stays attached to the body, because this little piece of wood will be really easy to pop out and break. Same thing on this side. Take it really slow, little cut at a time. As you can see, the handle here stays attached to the body, and that's what we want. Just to make sure that nothing breaks. Because with little pieces like this, it's really easy to break everything apart. I talk from experience. I really need a brush, like what was the username, Moonlight, I think, pointed to me. Okay, I'm just creating a little bit of little simple V-cuts to put the blade out from the hand lightly. Same thing with the handle. Okay. Just remove a little bit of wood. We're in the detail here. Like I said earlier, creating the general shape is really fast. Then after that is just chipping little pieces of wood one after each other to make all the little detail of this guy. So another V-cut here. Once again, make the blade pop, because the hand needs to be obviously above. I don't want to remove that much wood, but at least just a couple of V-cuts will make sure that the blade pops. And then I will just remove a little bit of wood from the front, like this. Okay. Then another cut here. Separate the hand. Okay. So you can see the sword popping out now. So stop cut here. Then let's make the cut from the side of the hand in the sleeve. You can also make a V-cut if you want to, that's perfectly fine. There we go. I will remove that wood slightly. That's the bandsaw cut. Same thing on the end, because we don't like that. Okay. And for the fingers, let's round that a little bit. And you can take a pencil. Sorry, the camera angle. That's hard. 3 little lines. Like that. What you can do is either V-cuts, or if you want to make sure that you don't pop the wood, just make stop cut on all the lines. And I will be perfectly honest with you, this is perfectly fine. That's enough. And then on this side, because the fingers are going around, and then you can maybe just slightly, just to remove the pencil line. I've done V-cuts on the other, but just this, seriously, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so now we have the hands, the arm. Arm is too big, which is perfectly normal. So we'll just make a couple of V-cuts going in the hands. Move that wood. There. Round everything. Okay. Then you can just make a couple of V-cuts in the middle, just to, I don't know, create some sort of like fabric line or something like this. You don't have to be accurate or anything. Just to create some. It's not so it's not just a flat plane with nothing. All right, the broken end now. The removed end. Really simple. You kind of want to round it because, yeah, you know, there's no more hand in there. So do it as much as you can. I will try to just fix all these ugly cuts here. So it's kind of rounded now. And then what I do, just around the edge, a little bit. Nope, not this side, the wood would split. Okay. So I will make so it kind of creates some bandage, I would say. So in an angle, you make a V-cut, and then I will make another one. And then on the opposite, for some sort of like 90 degree, you can make another little one, like this. Maybe like this at the top. There we go. Simple as that. We got the broken end. I keep saying broken. It's not really broken at this point. It's not there anymore. We'll make a belt going all the way around. So first thing first, there should be a part of the belt here in the middle. We'll see if we can remove that wood, because that is really tight. And then the belt should go kind of straight all the way around. Okay, something like this. So we'll do step cuts all the way around on both sides. Since I can't really push the cut on a table or anything, I'm just being super cautious. Little cuts at a time, and I will remove wood little bits at a time. You can't really see right here, I'm sorry, my hand is a bit on the way. Alright. So then for the middle part here, I think I will remove just here above, even if my line is not there, but above here I will be able to cut just a little bit. I should try to go. There's a mosquito that is always in front of me between the carving and my face. Okay. I will try to go as deep as I can. And I popped the wood I didn't want it. Ah. Alright, it's not too bad. My blade is also fairly long, so it's harder to go into deeper places like this. Okay, let's go back to the belt. So we will carve in the direction of the belt, so the belt is above everything. Let's start from below, because as a right-handed person that's easier for me to carve. And we kind of want to create that puffy shirt in the back above the belt. You will see what I mean soon. Okay. Now the top part. So you kind of don't want to remove a lot of wood. We kind of want to go deep, but not in a big angle. So that will create this sort of like puffiness in the back, if you understand what I mean. Go small to make sure you don't destroy the belt, and then remove more wood. Okay. Alright, so that's where we're at now. It's almost done. We're almost done. We can go deeper. Always. Almost. Okay, so we have the belt going all the way around. Let's remove a little bit. So what I do, I will remove more wood, I think, from below the hand. I'm trying to remove these kind of corners. Doing that with a knife is pretty bad. If you have a gouge or something like, it's obviously way easier. Or like a flat knife with a small blade that you can push in. I have some, but you know, I keep trying to make my tutorial videos with only one knife because I don't know which knife do you have, people. So I try to be as simple as possible. Okay. For the belt, we will do a couple of V-cut perpendicular with the belt, just to create some texture. A little bit. So we have a lot of, I have a big chunks of wood here that I will remove because it doesn't look great and it looks like it's above the sword or higher than the sword. The sword needs to be in front. Okay, that's better now. Could do a little bit of the same in the front. But still remember, we kind of want a sword to be still attached. We don't want to carve under the sword. That would be the best way to absolutely break it. Okay. Can remove a little bit on the side here. Now kind of create, I will try to create the shape-ish of a sword. Okay. Let's make a little V. Like this. There we go. Now it kind of looks like a sword. Or a dagger, or whatever. Okay, the last part. So you see on this guy, he has some sort of a, well, the bottom of the cloth is going all the way on each side. So we will do the same thing. So with pencil, just draw a curved line going in front. And then at the same place on the other side, same thing. Sort of. Doesn't need to be exactly accurate, that's clothing. It's never perfect. And same thing in the back. Alright. Then we'll do a stop cut following the line. Same thing. Same thing on that side. Okay, so we have a line on both sides. So we remove the wood towards it. You can do a cut all the way around. I'm just not that good at it, so I prefer to do, well, on this side I could. Maybe the wood would split. Yeah, I would do that instead. So it goes all the way around. So basically all the wood in the middle, we kind of want to thin it up a bit. Same thing on this side. Okay. As you've seen with this guy, there's a second layer to create like an outer rim. So we'll do that too. So you just go another stop cut, kind of like this, then like that through the sword. Doesn't need to be perfect. Same thing on the back. See, this one is like, I'm making it super thick. That's kind of cool. And then we'll do the same thing again. Remove the wood to make the edge pop. I hope the angle of the cam, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I have to say, carving from this angle in a wood gives even more challenges. Alright, then on the back. Alright, let's remove that puffy thing here. It's not really good. It was maybe a bit too much, but that's fine. Alright, let's round all the edges as usual. This one is a bit thin, but it's okay. Okay, last little thing, we'll make a stop cut straight around the middle. Same thing on the other side. And then we'll just cut through it, towards it, under. Side. Okay, flatten that, thin it a bit again on both sides, and then to kind of create the feet, we'll just do a couple of V-cuts like that, like if it was like some fabric in the boots or something like this. When you make V-cuts like that, it's always easier when you can start from the corners, as always. So what I will do is just draw a line in the back here, because carving this part is kind of hard, because we're like on top of the grain and things, but it can be done, obviously. So we do stop cut on the side,
on both sides. Then one below. Then at the top here it'll be hard. Your knife needs to be fairly sharp here. And then we'll remove the wood from the side. Take your time to make sure. You don't have to go that deep, it's really deep, but since you're carving probably against the grain, the higher you go in the skull, the harder it will get. But go a little bit at a time. And if it's easier, you can do V-cuts. Remove little chips by little chips. Okay. Take it slow, because if you push too hard, you might just pop the whole thing off. Should not be a problem. You would just have to recarve the wood and then maybe just not make the little ponytail. From this side I can do that. And then below. Okay, so I don't know if you see it now, it's kind of out. It doesn't need to be that bigger than that. And then since I want to attach it, I just do a couple of V-cut here to kind of make the, like if there was a band. And then what I will do is a couple of V-cuts in the back here. Since he's like a bald guy, it's like, I don't know, maybe he has a couple of pounds or kilo, a bit too much. I'll remove a lot of wood here, that's fine. You know, so he has these little chubby part in the back. Okay. And then you can maybe shave a little bit of wood on each side. So that will make the little ponytail go out a bit more. One last important thing is obviously my signature cuts, the little V and the beard. Once again, 3 on both sides. So here it is. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. It was hard to carve in the wood, sitting on the ground, leaning on the wall, on a tree. I hope I will see in the edit, but I hope the angle were not too bad. I will see what I can do. It was harder than usual. So here are the 2 guys that I've done. The one with linseed from yesterday and this new one from today. I really enjoyed doing it. I hope you enjoyed too. And if you have a comment or anything, please make sure you let me know. And we will see each other in the next carving wood, maybe, we'll see, video. Bye bye. Have a good day.